Okay, so I'm trying to decide if I want to get rid of this and give it as a gift. The art is really cool, but the last time I tried it, I didn't really connect with it. It's called the Modern Nirvana Oracle, and it says, awaken your intuition and deepen your awareness. Look at the art on these cards. Like, look at this one. For abundance. That's really pretty. Okay, let's see. Let's just start. Let's get into it. What do you have for us, Elohim? What guidance do we need? Use me as a vessel. Speak through me. Don't allow any of my own words to come through. Resolution reversed. And then the guy has like something covering his face. Resolution reversed. What are you trying to say? Make it clear. And then his shadows like emphasized. Teachers. Reverse. Or it wasn't reverse, it was like sideways. So I take it as like both. Something hasn't been resolved. You're still learning a lesson. You're still being taught something in a specific connection. Both of you guys. So the cycle hasn't been completely completed. The door hasn't been fully closed yet. For a reason. You're still learning something. Both of you, or God's using you both to teach each other something. Ow. Maybe to reveal your more of your shadows. Is the camera up there? Oh yeah. Squaring the circle. I'm gonna look up what this means. Because no sé. Squaring the circle. It's like what? Cutting it in half? ¿Dónde está? Por favor. Quiero entender. Give me a second, guys. Now you're learning patience. And attention span. Ooh. Okay, I landed on resolution. I'm gonna read what this says. You think you have won. What is light without dark? What are you without me? I am a part of you all. You can never defeat me. We are brothers eternal. So again, keep in mind this is the upright version of it. Does it say? Yeah, it doesn't really say a reverse version of it, so we'll see. When contemplating the myths, stories, and tales of fantastical worlds throughout the human zeitgeist, we can see a common theme of resolution being found in the slaying of the dragon. The killing of the villain or the death of the antagonist is the means to the end, and the way to the happily ever after. Perhaps it would be boring if the realms of the fantastic didn't end with a battle scene or final boss, but how much of this programming has found its way into our subconscious minds? How does it affect our outlook on resolution of extreme conflict from the metaphorical and personal journey of life? The darkness of our times can often feel like a titan, a tentacular monster with arms that crush the human spirit, a boogeyman that haunts our greatest fears, an all-consuming nothing, a shadow looming and clouding hope for the future. How can one even consider something so complex and titanic as the foreshadowing of future timelines yet unseen? How could we get to the top of our metaphorical Mount Doom to defeat Sauron? Even the smallest form of life has the potential to change everything. Everything has the potential to change. Light and dark are two sides of the same coin. Cycles may be destined to repeat, there and back again. Instead of slaying our dragons, what if we perhaps learn to tame them, ride them, and guide them? What if we find the humanity in Dr. Frankenstein's monster without chasing it with a torch? Resolution not in defeat, but in resolve. Allow the power of your imagination to be the element that has the potential to mold, shape, and guide what's yet to come, here and into the future. The mantra is, I invoke the power of my imagination as a tool for ultimate manifestation. I resolve contrast and contradiction with the understanding that duality is but an illusion of the interconnected nature of all conditions. I appreciate my shadow and embrace my light. I know that love is a greater emotion than fear and fright. That's cool. So maybe this is the lesson that you're learning right now. Since it's in reverse. You haven't yet learned it. Fully learned it. Okay. Oh, I need to find squaring the circle. How did I miss it? Come on. Por favor. Oh, it is literally not like a couple pages after. Okay. Celestial messengers, we shall wander. Oh, keep in mind this is also in reverse. Okay. Which usually means the opposite, or it's like not exactly. There's still something being learned. Okay. Celestial messengers, we shall wander in immensity, and the stars will be our gleaming ships. In alchemy, the metaphor of squaring the circle relates to mastery over our inner and outer operations. Understanding the correspondences in nature and in mathematics, the master alchemist can see the relationship between that which is above and that which is below, that which is within and that which is without. They are able to see the significance of all the changing seasons, the wisdom in the differences of the elements, and the intelligence in the directions, becoming one with the four. Their vision is whole, as all transitions of time are fully appreciated. As a conceptual meditative practice, let us incorporate the idea into a breathing technique called box breathing. As we seek to master our minds and operate from the grace of self-mastery. Oh, this is an interesting shot. And especially after I said about self-mastery, right? Which is like what this book is trying to help you reach. So read The Artist's Way. Okay, so I know how to box breathe. It's just like where you like hold. Okay, I'm just gonna show you. So inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Inhale, hold. And you just repeat that. I'm gonna do like 30 seconds of that, maybe longer. Do it with me if you want. That felt good. The mantra is, I am one with the elements, season, directions, and sky. I am complete in my understanding of the infinite and perfect why. I've squared the circle and see life with the philosopher's mind. Therefore, gold's in this perspective, and I appreciate this clarity of my inner eye. That's really cool. That's really cool. Oh. If you don't know, my username for YouTube is now playing with dot perspective. So, it's dope. It resonates a lot. But squaring the circle is reversed, so again, this is something that I'm learning. Maybe how to work in tandem with the universe. Maybe how to be more intentional and connect with it more. I'm learning the grace of self-mastery. Yeah. And if you're watching this, that means you are too. Okay. Mask. It's masculine. Oh, there's something behind it. That's interesting. Modern, and it's a girl behind it. In a hoodie. Oh, it's not a hoodie. It's a sweater. Still. I like how the light is like touching her wrist or her hand. It's going through that hole. Don't they call that something? It's like a hagstone. Is that what it's called? It's like a stone with a hole in it, and then you look through it, and you could like see into like, so you could see things clearly, or things that are revealed to you that aren't that you can't see with your normal eyes. Modern mask. And then her head is covered, something I used to do. I felt called to do it, still don't fully understand why. I felt like called to protect my crown when I was doing all those mushrooms back in 2023. So, also, I'm sorry, I hope you're okay with the fact that I take my time. I don't like to rush these readings. Sometimes I get excited, and I will, but like, if I'm blanking, I need a moment to receive. So, modern mask. It's like you are meant to make waves. You break traditions. You're meant to show people a different perspective, a different way of living. But you are still wearing a mask. Like, you're not fully like showing yourself. And I think you need to. You're still holding back. Why? I think you feel safer with a mask. You like to blend in with everybody else, but you know that you're not like everybody else. You're a giant, but you look small. That's a quote that I came up with because of some synchronicity, but like, she's a giant, but she looks small. I'm a giant, but I look small. And yeah, you just know like you're meant for great things. You're different. You're not. You haven't always been human. And it's so isolating. At least it was for me. Because I didn't relate with a lot of people. Now I'm starting to relate with, people. God's introducing me to the people that I think are part of my soul family. People that I learned from, going back to that teacher sideways. So, excuse me, that's why we put on this mask, right? Because we don't want to be alone. So we start to cater to other people's expectations of ourselves, or even, we start adopting other people's perspectives because that's just what the majority is doing. That's what's considered cool. That's what's considered normal. But you're not normal, and you don't think normally. Your desires are different. Your path is different. I think everybody is important, right? But you're a little extra important because you're meant to lead the way for other people. So that means there's more lessons for you. And one of those lessons is fully embracing who you are and revealing yourself, fully showing yourself for who you are. It will make you a target. That's okay. At least you're more free. And at least you'll connect with the people that are actually meant for you. They won't recognize you if you look like everybody else. So take off the mask. This light is like guiding your hand, showing you what to do, showing you where to go. And it's going to make you shine brightly because it's coming from light. You are going to stand out, and you need to let yourself. I know it's uncomfortable, but it comes with the game. If you want to influence people, if you want to help people, if you want to better people's lives, if you want to teach people by example, then you need to show people. You need to be the example. You need to expose yourself. You need to be vulnerable. I know that's tough. There's a lot of haters. There's a lot of wounded people who will project their wounds onto you. You need to learn how to ignore that, or maybe address it in a way that doesn't affect your peace. I think there's more benefits than downfalls in putting yourself out there. You need to stop being so afraid. Maybe you don't even see it that way. Maybe you see it as being careful. But why do you assume that there's anything out to get you? I'm thinking of last night, because I was at the beach, and we see this, like, what we thought was a dog at first, but I'm like, that's a funny looking dog. And it turned out to be a coyote. And we were so afraid at first. And there was some other people on the beach, they were so afraid. They were like backing away from it, and I was like trying to call it over to me and trying to feed it. And I would get scared. Sometimes it would get really close, but then it would run away if I make any sudden movements. And I realized it was more afraid of me than I was afraid of it. But, it was still my fear keeping me from really connecting with this creature, with this soul. I really wanted to pet it, and I didn't. Ultimately, my fear did win, but I got really close to it, and like me and that coyote, like, were learning to trust each other, and I made it get closer and closer, and I was like pushing myself to do that. There was a coyote like this far away from me. I'm right here. It was like this far away from me. Actually, it's not true. It was like maybe that far away from me, but still, it was a fucking coyote. And just any sudden movement I would make, he would run away. So this is just like reminding me of that. Why am I assuming this coyote is going to bite me? if I see that it's vulnerable, it's scared, it's being careful. It's not going to bite me unless I expect it to. Because if I expect it to, then I would react out of fear. And then it will react out of fear in turn, and then the situation would escalate itself. But no, I believed that it wasn't gonna hurt me, and just the way I wasn't gonna hurt it. But we didn't connect because we were both too afraid to like trust each other. So trust that the universe is gonna align you with people who are really meant to be a part of your life. Maybe you've been hurt before. I mean, I've been hurt before. I've been judged. I'm still judged for being who I am, for doing what I'm doing. But it's not going to stop me from doing this and expressing myself the way that I want to. I trust the universe will protect me. The protection card was in the back. Like that. That's you. Or that's your guardian angel. It's interesting with the sword or the daggers right here. So it's like, oh, I just remembered there was a title. I don't think I've seen the video, but it said, every good person needs to learn how to fight. That's what that dagger reminded me of. Like, this is an angel with a dagger. Kind of like a coyote, right? Like, he's got sharp teeth. And so, it's, especially me, like, when I do mushrooms, I feel more primal. I had made a tweet, it's like, every time I do mushrooms, I remember that I can bite. And so, like, you'll know how to handle these situations. If anything bad does happen, you've already learned. You already know how to handle it, and you know that you will come out of it better because you would have had learned a lesson. And so you're not going to get any further by avoiding your purpose or your path or what's meant for you or what's aligned for you or your orders. Have grace for yourself too. Again, these are just lessons that you're learning currently. But I guess start preparing to take off the mask. And know that you are protected and you are being guided by a divine light. So nothing can go wrong. Everything's going to happen the way that it's meant to. If you're meant to get bit, you're meant to get bit. But God's going to make sure that you heal and you learn a lesson and that something good comes from it. Everything has a purpose. Okay, that's too many. Okay, wait. Let me put it back. If it's meant to be, it'll come out. Again. Transcendence reversed. There's this, like, the way I see life sometimes, it's like playing a game and there's like multiple levels to a game, right? And each level comes with its own obstacles. This level that you're on right now, you won't be able to pass it until you expose yourself, until you embrace your path, embrace your purpose, embrace who you are, embrace what you were sent here to do. Embrace whatever's trying to make its way into your life. Embrace the lessons. And you take off the mask and you just become fully who you were always meant to be. And you need to integrate all these past versions of yourself, all these lessons that you've learned. Even like the darker version of yourself. You need to integrate that too, because that's that dagger. Oh, it's still in the back. Amazing. That's that dagger. Your shadow, it's what's going to protect you. So don't kill it. Learn how to use it like a tool. An alchemist, true alchemist, a good alchemist, knows how to jump from shadow and light and knows how to walk the line. And I think knows when to use either side. You know, if you're being attacked, you're going to use your shadow and protect yourself and go as far as you need to. And that doesn't make you evil. And then when a situation needs more compassion and more lightness instead of heaviness, you'll be lighter. So don't deny those parts of yourself. Don't deny the darker parts of yourself. I feel like that's where desire comes from too. And I guess society, I think mostly religion, makes us feel guilty for having desires. Makes us feel selfish and wrong. But how do I explain this? I think we were put on this earth to desire and indulge. If we were meant to desire nothing, have no thoughts, then we would have just been born that way, no? Or we would have just stayed the way that we were before we became human. And in being human, there's all these sensations. There's all these things to experience. I think we're meant to experience them. We're meant to fully experience them. So I think we need to stop denying ourselves of the things that we're wanting, the things that we're desiring. And once you do this, like once you embrace those desires, once you do something about those desires, once you indulge, I think you're going to connect with a part of yourself that is going to like drive you forward. Like your shadow is very powerful because just as much light you produce just as much darkness, or it's really coming from darkness actually. And so your shadow is like gonna get you to places, and again, it's not selfish to want to be there. And even then, if you're watching this, like, it's just part of the game. I don't think fame is what you're desiring. You're just desiring a level of influence that reaches a lot of people. And, you know, unfortunately, that comes with fame, which is uncomfortable. But again, you have to accept your path. You have to accept your purpose. You want to change the world, God's going to give you a platform to be able to do that. Stop hiding. Connection. And then look at how much shadow there is. There are things that you're connected to that are directly aligned with your my phone's about to die. Are directly aligned with your desires. There is no how can I explain this? Light and dark are neutral. They are what we make of them. And so these desires are not evil or selfish. You have them because even the light wants you to have them, wants you to indulge. It's like the light is like pulling these desires or puppeteering the shadow self to gain them. Anyways, you should be connecting to everything that life has to offer you. So, love, pain, pleasure, joy, anger, sadness. Embrace it all. You chose this. Stop seeing it as suffering and start seeing it as the gift that it is. You exist. And you exist for a reason. You were made who you are for a reason. Again, you chose this. You chose to take form. This isn't punishment. Your desires are trying to point you towards what's really meant for you. Because you choose your reality, you make your reality. So connect, indulge, and don't feel bad about it. I hope I'm making sense. I love being human so much. I know I wasn't always. That's why I chose to be this. I think I was an angel before, actually. Whatever that is. There's something about being human. It's so addicting. I guess that's why the angels ended up coming down from heaven, right? Choosing to live here. Maybe I'm a fallen angel. That would be crazy. That would be so crazy. I came down to procreate. That's funny. Dude, I don't know why I'm remembering this, but I was talking to a friend, and it's funny because I used to like, it wasn't a crush necessarily, it was just more like intrigue. I did want something romantic, but it was really just curiosity, I think. And this, so I'm on the phone with this guy, and he tells me, he was like, "You're dangerous." I'm like, "What do you mean by that?" He didn't tell me, but like, I didn't take it personally. I really liked that he called me dangerous. I was curious as to why, and it just made me realize, wait, I am. I am kind of dangerous. I can bite. Doesn't mean I will, though. And I just don't give a fuck. I just don't give a fuck. And I think I'm temptation. I think a lot of people see me that way. It's funny. But I know I'm gonna take very good care of whoever isn't afraid of that danger, you know, and I kind of want to cry now. How quickly. I am a Gemini moon. You know, like, just like the coyote. Like, I wonder if somebody will ever do that for me, you know, like, will feed me, even though I feel vulnerable and scared, even though I look scary. Even though it did not look scary at all. She was so beautiful and she looked so sweet and why are people scared of me? Sorry, love. And then, you know, like, I'm not waiting, but like, I know that God has somebody for me that isn't gonna run away. You know, we can learn to trust each other. Anyways, I'll stop being depressing. But I hope it's resonating with you. Maybe people are too afraid to love you also. We shouldn't be afraid of connection. That's what we were brought here to do. We were brought here to connect with everything and everyone around us. I know it's overwhelming. I know it's scary. But it's so worth it. It's so worth finding out. It's so worth taking the risk. Because the net is gonna appear. Everything's gonna start to make sense and things are gonna start to be a lot better and a lot more fun. Life is gonna feel like a party. The more that you take risks, the more that you go out, the more that you meet new people and you get out of your comfort zone. Take off the mask. Stop hiding. So that you can be found by somebody that really sees you, really values you. Somebody that's scared and gets to know you anyways. It's kind of hard to... I can't. I know. Pretty girl. I love you too, Maya. Okay, how am I gonna do this? I want to keep going. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna do this until it feels like right. Harmony. And then there you go, the hagstone again. I think that's what it's called. Harmony. You know what's cool? I'm a Libra rising, and Libra risings are known for harmonizing. So it's not necessarily like, I mean, it could be vocals. I'm actually really good at harmonizing, and that was like the first thing that I was able to pick up. But like, what does it mean by harmonizing? Like, Actually, let's look up the meaning of harmonize. Of harmony. I don't like these definitions. Maybe for harmonize. Sorry. It can mean that two things can create harmony together, as in these two lines harmonize with each other. See, like, I don't, these, like, add notes to a melody to produce harmony, produce a pleasing visual combination, make consistent or compatible. They're, like, not hitting the mark. Okay, there you go. When you harmonize different opinions or ideas, you bring them to some kind of agreement. It's challenging to harmonize the different interests of a whole classroom full of children, but that's part of what a good teacher does. To bring into consonance or accord. Go together. Sing or play in harmony. So it's bringing two things and bringing them together. Yeah, I feel like that, has to do with your light and your darkness. But because I was like, or at least because I'm me, I know there's somebody out there for me, that will perfectly harmonize with my soul. So, there's no need to cry. I thought it was one person, and it isn't. I think I'm still grieving that. But I know it exists. I know that somebody will fit me like a puzzle piece, and then I'll see the bigger picture. Everything is going to make sense, and everything is going to be rainbows and sunshine most of the time. I'll have my happily ever after. And I think you will too. Where are you going? But again, they won't be able to find you if you're still hiding. Awareness. I don't think I'll take it if it's really meant to, or it's gonna come out again if it's really meant to. But I wanted to show you it just in case it does resonate with you. Awareness. Maybe I saw it for a reason. The triangle is the strongest shape in the whole shapes. And it's interesting because of like the Holy Trinity, right? But like a triangle is like immovable. I think I'm hungry. I don't know if you heard my stomach. I think I don't know what I think. Awareness. Your intuition knows what's really meant for you. So again, your desires are trying to align you with what's really meant for you, and I think you need to trust yourself. Again, if you've been hurt before, even then, like, your intuition was pulling you towards that person because you had a lesson to learn. Again, everything's gonna happen the way that it's meant to. And so, you just need to be like the watcher. Don't be the observer. I don't know how to explain it because it's interesting. Like, we have ourself who like feels all these emotions, right? Like, literally, I just like called on her, I guess. Yeah, I just wanted to cry again. You know, I have this inner sadness. There's that me, and then there's the me that's aware of that, that's watching that, that's observing me. I think I love crying because I find myself so beautiful when I do. And it feels really good. But anyways, just watch the situation. Don't look at her booty hole. Finally, something sideways. I was waiting for something sideways to like fill in a spot. Authentic expression. Damn. Excuse me. We're gonna look for that one in the book. Authentic expression. I think being in a relationship or being in harmony with somebody, I really like the sound of that. Being in harmony with somebody allows you to express certain parts of you that you're not able to express with anybody else. And then you're also able to get to know a part of you that you're not able to meet in other connections. I think when you're in harmony with somebody, and this goes for like bad connections also, because like if you were drawn to each other, it's because you were on the same frequency or you were learning the same lesson, or yeah, you're just on the same frequency, right? And so they'll show you your shadow, right? You'll get to know that side of you, the side of you that gets triggered, and the side of you that is not very enlightened, and the side of you that is still wounded and still learning lessons. And then when you're in harmony with somebody on a higher vibration, you're on a higher vibration as well. You're learning what that's like and what it's like to like take care of somebody and be there for somebody and love somebody in a different way. There's all these types of love, you know. I need to put my iPad to charge. Okay, last card then, but I really wanted to read Authentic Expression. Let me find it really quick. Perfect, right away. Your mind transcends limitations. Your consciousness expands in every direction, and you find yourself in a new, great, and wonderful world. Oh my gosh! You should see the last video that I posted, or I'm currently uploading it right now. It's called Follow Good Orderly Direction. And in it, I mentioned Louis Armstrong and his song Wonderful World. Okay, so again, your mind transcends limitations. Your consciousness expands in every direction, and you find yourself in a new, great, and wonderful world. Your whole body is a sacred instrument with a deep desire to express authenticity and transcend all limitations. In the divine cosmic orchestra of creation, in order to awaken the consciousness that is dormant, we must also learn how to awaken to our most authentic expression of self, so we can be in harmony with our highest visions. Okay. Today you have pulled this card because you are spending too much time in your head and may have lost touch with your heart center. This card signals the need to clear the cobwebs in your consciousness, become more grounded, and meet this moment as your truest self, unified in heart and mind. This card comes with a reminder of a powerful practice to bring your awareness into the body by allowing your natural self to act freely. Your limitless potential will organically express into your reality, and blessings of abundance will follow. When you feel that essence of authentic mind, body, and spirit slipping away, never mind. So the mantra is, I am grounded, I am aware, I am present, I embody essential awareness, and I am fully connected to my most authentic expression of self. And the more that you are, the more that you're going to attract what's really meant for you. I don't think anybody's meant to be alone fully. I think everybody's meant to experience an extraordinary love. Love for anything. I feel that it's for a person, but it could even be love for a dog. Maybe that could be your extraordinary love. Love for the trees. Love for your best friend. Whatever you chose in this life. I think I chose just love in all its capacity. Like, I want the universe to show me a love that I've never experienced before in another life. And I think that's why I came back in this life. Let's pull one more card. Okay. Direction reversed. Good orderly direction. And it's funny because it doesn't really look orderly. And a river can have rapids, but everything's exactly as it should be. Follow the good orderly direction. G-O-D. I think you're resisting right now. Have grace for yourself. I think you need it right now. Coming here with a mission weighs a lot on you. Feels very heavy. It is a burden and responsibility, and I think right now you're trying to make peace with that. You know you're going to do what you need to do, but you're kind of stalling. But I think just going with the flow and letting the flow lead you, following the good orderly direction, is going to benefit you a lot. Leap and the net will appear. There's really no risk. Whatever you're afraid of, it's not going to bite you. It wants connection as much as you do. It wants to connect with you. but you have to be willing. I think so much has happened that you're not as willing anymore. I think you became very okay with, you've been very okay with like where you're at now, the connections you have now, just your reality right now, but the universe has so much more in store for you, and you've always felt that. You've always known that. It's just taking a little while longer than you wanted it to. And I think you've lost a little bit of hope. Or maybe like, ooh, I want to show you what I'm looking at. And I kept looking at it for this whole reading, right? And I just realized why. Look. This is me. This is me. This is real. I'm exactly what I'm supposed to be now. I'm gonna let the light shine on me. Now I found who I am. And I don't... fuck. That's a song from Camp Rock, I think. This is me. This is real. I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to do now. I don't remember the lyrics fully, but anyways, I feel like that really like went along with what we were talking about. But yeah, I know being an angel feels like this. Being a soldier, God's soldier, the universe's soldier, feels like this. This is me. This is how I feel, so I understand. But it feels really wonderful when you take off the mask and you just show yourself. Show yourself to the world. The world needs you. The world wants to connect with you, even if they don't know it yet. Be willing. You can handle it. It'll be overwhelming at first, maybe, but you were destined for this. God knows that you can handle it. That's why He trusted you with this path, with this mission. So follow the good, orderly direction. God is always trying to nudge you in the right direction, you know? But you have to pay attention and you have to surrender. Stop overthinking and just do. Everything's gonna make sense very soon. Okay. Anyways, I love you. Thank you for staying for this. I'm gonna go through the cards and still decide whether I want to give this as a gift, because I really enjoyed this reading. But yeah, catch you later.